Welcome to the Monday Motivation with Eric and Friends podcast with your host, Eric F. King, featuring world-class speakers, coaches, and consultants. Join us every Monday as we dive into empowering conversations that motivate, inspire, and educate entrepreneurs. Kickstart your week with valuable insights that help you not just survive, but thrive. This is your go-to podcast to start your week strong and live your best life. Let's make Mondays the fuel for your success journey.
All right, all right. Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. My name is Eric F. King, and this is Motivational Monday. And I am super excited for two things. Number one is our speakers that we have today, incredible speakers, and our topic. All right, so today we're going to be talking to Leah Garcia, Amberly Shreve, Annie Osung, Zion Energuru, and of course, myself. And today we're going to talk about how to stay motivated during hard times. And I think that's so important, right? Because a lot of times we lose motivation because things aren't going well. And what does that cause? People to quit, right? They're like, you know what? I just throw in the towel. And they could have been so successful. They could have had so much impact and helped so many people, but they ended up quitting because they didn't know what to do during hard times. So we're going to dive into that today. So I'm just going to start with a little mindset. Okay, mindset, because our mindset guru is not here today. So I just want to first of all say that when in order to overcome a challenge, it all starts in the mind, right? It all starts in the mind. You've got to believe that you can do it, right? And you are what you think about every day. So you have to think. I'm gonna say positivity, Zion. Sorry, I have to steal that. You gotta think positively, right? It's doing it with a great attitude, right? It's doing it with a great attitude. I remember years ago when I first started in sales, and I would get frustrated when someone wouldn't buy, right? And when I'm talking to my manager, I would start saying things like, "Yeah, I went to the office. They didn't even want to talk to me. The secretary was rude. And then the guy said he'll call me back. He never called me back. And I'm complaining and complaining and complaining. He said, Eric, hold on. He said, it's good to have a good work ethic, but you have to have a good attitude. Like you gotta be positive. You have to have a good attitude, right? So it doesn't matter how hard you work if you're thinking negative thoughts, right? So that really got me thinking that, no matter what's the situation, you have to stay positive, you have to stay motivated, and you have to believe in yourself. All right. So I just want to start with that as we get into the topic. Welcome everybody. Please put in your comments in the comment section wherever you are, whether it's LinkedIn, YouTube, wherever you are, Facebook, and let's get to it. So I'm going to today we're going to start with my good friend Leah Garcia. Okay, she is all the way in California, where it is very early in the morning. So she got up early, 4 a.m. to, probably before 4 a.m. to be with you today. And she is our financial expert. Okay, she's our financial expert. She also has a black belt in karate. And one of the things I was saying is, when things are going badly in life, a lot of times money has something to do with it, right? Money has something to do with it, right? They say, would you rather have the problems of a rich guy or a poor guy? A rich guy, right? Right? It's better, right? So it's, you get through it easier, right? Or a lady, right? So without further ado, I want to go all the way to California to hear from Leah Garcia. The floor is yours.
Thank you so much, Eric F. King of Collaboration. And it is 4 a.m., but I say sleep is for the weak, right? We are champions on this call, and we aren't here to be messing around. Don't have time to mess around with people who are messing around. So when it comes to how do we stay motivated, in my humble opinion, motivation is fleeting. It's about inspiration, being inspired by your vision. And my vision is to help you properly protect, distribute, and transfer your wealth. When it comes to finances and in feeling struggling, right? If you're struggling with that motivation, If you're feeling that, start thinking about your faith, family, finance, fitness, and fun. Because when you're struggling, is it difficult to be able to thrive in all of those areas? Absolutely. If in your faith, it might be difficult to be able to donate to your synagogue with your family, can't be able to do the things that you'd like to do, go out to nice dinners and have nice vacations. And obviously financial, if you're struggling financial, that could be pretty stressful. Even your fitness. So what do you do? How do you do this? Because everybody's excited to join the gym, right? We get motivated, quote unquote, and we join the gym. We buy the cute workout clothes. We set the alarm for 5 a.m. And what happens when that alarm goes off? We don't feel quite so motivated anymore, right? We hit the snooze. That's why your vision, your inspiration has to be bigger than your motivation. So Muhammad Ali said, everyone has a plan until they get punched in the face. In my opinion, number one is you have to have that plan for when you get punched in the face. You have to know what you're going to do. What the things are you going to put in place? It should be part of your business plan for when things go awry. Know how you're going to handle that. Who are you going to call? What are you going to read? Who is going to be that lifesaver to be able to help you to get through those difficult times? Because here's the deal. Anytime you're going from where you are to where you want to be in life, you want to get to another level, you are going to experience resistance. Understand that. It's not unique to you. It's just the way it is. If you had the vision or the goal to become a bank robber, you wouldn't have any resistance, right? That would just be really easy to do. And, we're not doing that here. We're champions on this call. And our goal is to get to do something better in that life. So understand that. And when you meet that resistance, say, I already knew you were going to come. I already knew you were going to be there. And what is that plan? And then that'll help you to get to that next level. Number two is, remember, action beats fear. Oftentimes people struggle because they have this fear of what to do, what action to take, or what decision to make. Just keep moving. When my son was 6 years old, he played pee-wee football, and he was the running back. And the coach told him, no matter what happens, just keep your feet moving. Just keep moving and things will happen. Even if it seems like it's not working at that time. Maybe you're making phone calls and everyone's not answering. Nobody's setting appointments with you. That's okay. Just keep moving. Remember, action beats fear. So, and then, stop listening to yourself and start talking to yourself. Remember, our resistance, our subconscious mind is going to start to do that default and say those things that we have embedded into us. Oh, this thing ain't going to work. This is what always happens. We can't listen to that. We have to start reprogramming our super mind. That's what Jim Quick calls it. It's our super mind, and start to have those key phrases, right? Like, that's a small thing to a giant when things like that happen. Or, my God, that part of the Red Sea can provide a miracle for me. That's one of the things that I love to say. Adversity, and every adversity, there's a seed of a benefit if you look for it. Start training your mind to look for that. When you're looking for blue Hondas, you're going to see them everywhere. If you see adversity, you're going to see that everywhere. But if you start to train that super mind for something good, then you're going to start to see those good things that are going to happen. And, say things like, everything that happens is actually happening for me. And number three, remember, when you are feeling hopeless, get helpful. You can always do something to inspire another. Help out a stranger. Donate your time. If you don't have money, then donate your time. Leave a nice tip. Give someone a helping hand. Open the door. Have you ever held the door open for someone, whether it is a man or a woman or a child or a senior? And you know whenever someone opens the door for me, it's such a wonderful, unexpected gift. So it doesn't always take money. It's about just being helpful. And then you're going to see that things happen for you. I always say that giver's game. And if you are here on this call, remember, you are a champion. You are the one, you're the chosen one in your family to change your last name forever. So you have to know and be inspired by that, and know that begin with the end in mind. What is a vision that you have? What are the things you're going to do that are going to change your last name forever? And Cassandra Terry always says this, but I've always said this too. It's so funny. We feel the same way, that one day, many generations from now, my great grandchildren are going to look and they're going to see this crotchety old lady, above the fireplace, and they're going to say, "Who's that lady?" And they're going to say, "That's the one. That was the one that changed her last name forever." And so that's my time. And I send it back to you, Eric F. King of Collaboration.
Thank you so much. Wow, that was fire. Absolute fire.
Yeah,
wow, like I am inspired. Like I got enough already. I got enough for the week. Yes. Your picture will be on the mantle. What would they say about you? Wow, that's a book. That's a book. What would they say? All right. So we are fired up now. We are fired up, and we are fired up to go to our next speaker who will continue to make you fired up. All right. She is an expert in communication, business communication. Now, do you think it's important to be able to communicate with your clients and your prospects? Probably yes, right? She's also an expert in helping people build relationships, right? Which is very important in business. So I'm going to bring her up. She comes all the way from Maryland. All right. We met online, and we're going to meet in person very soon. All right. She is a business communication expert. And right now we are going to hear from Miss Amberly Shreve. The floor is yours.
Hey, good morning, everyone. And Eric, it's always an honor and a pleasure to be with you and everyone here on the panel. I hope all you mamas out there had a beautiful, beautiful weekend. So let's have some real talk, right? Business is not always what we expect it's going to be. There's so much that is put into business. There's ebbs and flows, and we are all over the place sometimes, but what happens when we're running a business during tough times, right? It requires adaptability. It's going to require resilience and strategic decision making. It's crucial to prioritize cash flow and management, explore new revenue streams, optimize our expenses, and maintain strong communication with our clients. So how are we going to do that? During these times, the relationships are crucial. And how do you build your relationships? How do you keep the relationships building as we're going through business? You have to be in connection. You have to be in constant communication with all of those that we're doing life with that are so crucial to our business. And I personally use a unique tool. You don't have to use that unique tool, but we can absolutely discuss that. But there are many, many different ways that you can continue to keep your business strong. How are you showing up for yourself? How are you showing up each day? For me, it's point blank my devotional every morning. It's spending a little time with my big man and him taking me through this beautiful day versus me trying to control everything. Because, if I'm controlling it, chances are it's not probably going to work out as well, right? So let's come back to center, because when we focus on the things that are truly the most important things, then we absolutely cannot go wrong. So we're going to follow up. We are going to build, maintain, and sometimes we even have to establish new, beautiful relationships. You never know who you're going to know. This person that you're getting ready to meet today or tomorrow may completely change the trajectory of your life, all because you chose to build a relationship. And this relationship, even during hard times, you're focusing on income generating activities. You're focusing on those relationships that are going to maybe take you to a whole new level. And when you're focused again on the things that are truly important, you are those other things that that really do not matter are not going to seem so large. You know, when we're in business, everything seems so big sometimes. We get overwhelmed. We find ourselves in that rabbit hole. And when you look at things through a different lens, you take a deep breath, you come back to center. Again, you focus on the things that are truly important. And my sweet friends, I'm telling you, you are going to see things in a different light. It's going to be beautiful. You're going to lead with love. You're going to build the relationships, and you're going to meet the people that are truly supposed to be in your life, that are going to move you through. They're going to take you into a place where you're going to meet new relationships. You are going to have new opportunities. You are going to be able to come to a place where you didn't even think you could even come. I mean, it's like next level stuff here, guys. So first and foremost, please believe in yourself. Whether you're a faith-based person or you're not, you need to believe in yourself and the quality of who you are. And sometimes we have to pivot and make changes within ourselves. We have to do the work, because if we're not doing the work, then how do you expect to grow? And within tough times, there's always growth. You know, within storms, then comes the sun. We need the storms. We need the tough times in order to truly appreciate the most beautiful times. So I wish for you all a beautiful, wonderful week. And listen, guys, July 13th, I have an event coming. You want to learn more about gratitude. You want to learn more about self-development. You want to learn more about you. Let's spend some time together. Let's talk about the possibilities. Let's talk about life and relationships on a whole new level. And I'll see you guys there. Have a beautiful week.
All right, all right. Well, thank you so much, Emily. We appreciate that. Again, that was another TED Talk. Okay, everybody gives a TED Talk here. You want to see TED Talks? Come to our event. That was amazing. Thank you so much. I took so many notes. I want to welcome some people, because we have people from all over the world. Coral from Britain is here. Latoya from Atlanta is here. We have Mr. Gabriel from Nigeria. We have let's see, Vero. Who's Vero? Fran. Because I always have to remember that Vero is actually Fran. Fran from Switzerland is here. We have people from all over the world. Appreciate you. If you haven't put a comment in there, definitely put a comment, and we want to hear your questions. Okay, Razmia is here. Leslie Flowers is here. Welcome everybody. We appreciate you. Definitely put your questions in there, because we are going to address your questions. Look, folks, think about it. We all have businesses, most of us, right? And when things are going well, everything's great, right? Everything's great. Like I tell my students, my athletes, right? I coach soccer. I tell them we win more, we gain more from losing than we do from winning. Now, I only say that when we lose. I only say that when we lose. I say it's okay, guys, right? You learn more from losing than you do from winning, because when you're going through tough times, then you have to regroup. Then you have to determine what you're going to do to move forward, right? So right now, what we're doing is we are your coaches. We are in the locker room, and we're giving you a pep talk on how to get through tough times. All right. So without further ado, let me go to the next speaker. Our next speaker is Annie from Britain. All right. So Annie Osong is a marketing genius. All right. I met him through LinkedIn audio rooms. He introduced me to that, and introduced me to a lot of people that we're talking to now. Right. He will make you famous. That's what he's known for. Right. He's known for that. And we all need marketing. Right. You know, if you don't want a more hard time, you want to get good at marketing. Right. The money will roll in. All right. So without further ado, let me send it out to my good friend, Annie Osong in Britain. Annie, the floor is yours.
Good morning, everyone. Good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. I think, glad to be amongst my good friends again, as we always on a Monday at this time. See, Eric, when I saw the question, I thought, what are hard times? I mean, as Leah and Amberly have said, what we might think are tough times is par for the course. It's what happens in life, it's what happens in business, really. Would all love the easy days to do the same thing over and over again, where we know what we're doing, we know what's going to happen. There's nothing new. What's the point of that? There's no joy in that. There's no joy in that, really. We don't grow. I think situations happen, and there's something I think this is about reframing how we see it in a situation. I think hard times is when we don't get our way, when we don't get what we want, when things don't flow so easily. So, but that's where learning occurs in a business. If that, and let's still get those situations, we're not forced to look at ourselves, like you said, Eric, and actually think, what can I do differently? What can I do? What can I do better? It's those days that we truly have to embrace. And one as Leah and Amberly said, and look forward to these days. I do. I love the days of feeling overwhelmed, the days of feeling, oh, what can I do? Really, what can I do? And there's a reality that many people may not think about. I know Dr. Leslie in the audience certainly knows what I'm talking about here, right? Success and what we call hard times are the same coin. In other words, just before you succeed, you will feel like you're failing disastrously. You feel like it's all gone wrong. It took me a long time to learn that lesson. Let's say, we say we want money. I want to get rich. I want to, I want money by the end of the month. You're gonna, you have to expect that there's gonna be a moment before that money comes that you're gonna think, I'm bankrupt, I'm sunk, I'm done. It's part of it's what happens to everyone every day. It's what's going to happen to you too. Embrace it. When I get to that moment, I think, okay, right, what do I need to do? Just keep going. And Amber said, and Leah said it very well, keep going. Action trumps fear. And I take action. What do I need to learn? What can I do differently this time? And you realize that you're going to get there anyway. So I think this is all about embracing our situations. It's about learning that we are closer to our success than we probably realize. And then, sometimes we have to reflect. Amberly said that sometimes it's doing new things. Of course it is. But essentially, don't let tough times be what stops you. Because you're literally seconds from success when those tough times come. They're not tough times. They're times to learn. They're times to grow. Time to be geniuses. Time to be creative. Embrace them. That's what I do. And literally, stand up to them. Enjoy the ride is what I always say, right? Enjoy the ride, because that's part of the ride. If the ride doesn't go up, it can't come down. Okay, that's just how life goes. The tough times is what's going to make your business grow. It's what's going to make you grow. It's what's going to make you serve your customers better and build a better business. That's just a fact, right? I'll leave it there, Eric.
All right. Well, thank you so much. We appreciate that. Thank you so much. A lot of great nuggets. Again, I am taking notes. All right. So now we're going to move on to our next speaker. So we're going from Europe. Now we're going all the way to West Africa, Nigeria, and specifically to talk to our next speaker. All right. He is known as Mr. Positive Energy. So you're probably guessing what he's going to talk about. Okay, because in everything we do, I alluded to it at the beginning. I didn't want to steal his thunder, but I had to say it. You got to be positive. Right? And he helps people all around the world to stay positive, to be positive, and to share positivity. So without further ado, Zion, take it away, my friend.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Eric. It's always a privilege to be here every Monday to bring the fire, the energy, the motivation to inspire everyone from all over the world. And yes, to my amazing speakers who have spoken before me, Leah, Amberly, and Mr. Eni, thank you so much for sharing those wonderful nuggets. And it's always a privilege to listen. And to the amazing people in the listening lounge, thank you for joining us today. Before I proceed, I want to say Happy Mother's Day to every mother listening to us right now. Yesterday was Mother's Day in the US. So I want to say Happy Mother's Day. And this topic is a very interesting topic. Before I go, I want to give the illustration of the cooked egg. You know, if you have eaten cooked egg before, you know, when you want to eat a cooked egg, the egg has to go into the hot water, it has to be boiled, and then the egg gets stronger. So if the egg is not strong, it's not fit enough to be eaten as a cooked egg, as a boiled egg, sorry, boiling the egg. So the harder the egg, the better it is to be eaten. So when we talk about tough times, for me, I think these are the times that makes you who you are. These are the times that makes you stronger. These are the times that makes you better. These are the times that makes you come out of your comfort zone. These the what we see as tough time. Because in life, it's normal for me to go through times like this. Because if you don't go through times like this, you might not be able to measure your level of growth. You might not be able to measure how far you've come. And I'm just going to share with us some few tips I use in staying motivated in my tough time. And one of the tips is remember the past. Remember the victories of your past. You know, sometimes we get so overwhelmed by where we are going and we forgot that there are days we have been champions before. I tell you, where you are today used to be a dream. Where you are today used to be a dream. Where you are today used to be an imagination. But here you are. And I tell you, where you are going to that looks like an imagination to you today, you will definitely get there. So if you can get here, it simply means you can get there. You can get there. You know, I'm a Christian. I always like to chip that in. And there's a song that says, if he did it before, he will do it again. Savior right now, Savior back then. So if he can do it before, he will do it again. So if you have achieved success before, you can achieve success again. So remember your past victory. When you remember the times you felt you could not do it and you did it, I tell you, those times always motivate you to keep going and to keep doing more. And secondly, another tool I use in staying motivated is be hungry enough for success. I will say that again. Be hungry enough for success. Some of us, we are not really hungry enough. We are hungry, but not hungry enough. I tell you, when you are so hungry enough for success, it will push you to keep going on. It will push you to keep coming up. Success to make an impact, hunger to make an impact, hunger to make a difference, hunger to be a positive change, hunger to be financially stable. When you have this hunger in you, I tell you, you have to stay motivated because you know that's the only way forward. That's the only way you can thrive. That's the only way you can get better. And another two, I think Ambali spoke about that earlier, it's the ability for you to have a support system and build relationship. These are things that will help you stay motivated. I've heard some people say, I'm a one-man army, I'm a loner. See, there is nobody who have attained success that did it alone. There is nobody. There is nobody. You need people. People need you. So do not call yourself a loner or a one-man army. A one-man army cannot win a war. A one-man army has never won any war before. So you need people, you need a team, you need people to support you, you need people to encourage you. So if you want to stay motivated in facing the tough time, have a support system and do not be a one-man army. And another two is celebrate your progress. For most of us, we are waiting to get to the destination before we celebrate. If you are doing that, you're going to lose your energy. Celebrate your progress all along the way. Celebrate your progress. Do not wait till you get to the destination. Imagine you are going for a vacation and you are waiting to get to your destination before you start taking pictures, before you start making videos. It will be boring. As you're taking the plane, coming down from the plane, take pictures, make the short video. That's how you enjoy the journey. So on your journey in life, in facing tough time, celebrate all along. And I will not forget to say this, a positive mindset, because it's very, very important. I always say this, when your mind is set, your life is set. And with a positive mindset, you are unstoppable. You can do all things. So approach it with a positive mindset. A positive mind will help you see that, well, I might be in a mess right now, but from this mess, I will become a message. I might be going through the test right now. From this test, I will have my testament. So embrace everything with a positive mindset. It puts you in a position to remain grounded, to remain humble, and to remain consistent in doing what you are doing. And lastly, I will end with this. When sometimes we are so carried away by the things we can do, but then when all is said and done, do not forget to
All right. All right. I think he froze there. Am I frozen? I hope I'm not frozen. Okay. Okay. Well, what he said is enough. We got the message. So thank you so much, Zion. We appreciate you. We appreciate you all the way from Nigeria. So
for us who are believers and anybody.
Oh, there he goes. he just speaking away. All right. Thank you so much, Zion. Here's what I want to say. Nigerians got talent. Right? This is not America's Got Talent. This is Nigeria's Got Talent today. I didn't know the guy was gonna sing, right? You guys, you never know what you're gonna get on this show, right? All right. So we appreciate you, Zion. We really do. All right. So we're gonna keep going. We have several questions, which is exciting. I just want to share real quick. One of the things that causes people to have hard times is when they're not making enough money. Okay, I just want to say that, right? I was talking to Leah earlier on, and the thing is, when you have enough money, it's easier to deal with the problems that you have, right? Because then you don't have to add the lack of money as a problem, right? So, and one way to do that is to make more sales of what you are offering. Right? We're all in business, right? To make more sales. So if you're struggling with that, if you're struggling with making more sales, if you're struggling with talking to people, whether it's online or in person, grab my free ebook. Okay, I have five ways to triple your sales. So just go to compassionatecloser.com, compassionatecloser.com, and you can grab my free ebook. All right. And for those of you that want to take it to another level and you want to actually get coaching, you'll be able to book a call with me there. All right. So let's go to the questions. Let's see. All right. So one of the questions is from Coral in Europe. How do you all maintain a positive mindset when facing challenges and setbacks? How do you maintain a positive mindset when facing challenges or setbacks? Leah, go ahead.
Yeah. And I talked about this earlier. It's being prepared. What are you going to say to yourself when those things happen? This is a small thing to a giant. Listen, I start talking to myself. Leah, this is why you're a champion. This is why you're going to win. If I wasn't here to do something great, then I wouldn't have any resistance. So having that plan of what you're going to say to yourself, and understand that we have to stop listening to ourselves, because our default is going to be, oh, this doesn't work. This is what, this always goes wrong for me. Nothing ever goes right for me. No, we cannot listen to that. We have to start talking to ourselves, and giving ourselves a pep talk is really what it is, right? And again, it sometimes people call it toxic positivity. I've heard that recently, where they say, well, you're not facing reality. The reality is you don't have enough money. The reality is this isn't going right. The reality is you want to be a world-class speaker and you're stuttering from the stage. And that may be your current reality. But remember, your vision is for you. It wasn't a conference call. It was between you and your maker, right? You, yourself, and I is what I say. So that vision was for you. Other people were not there. They can't see your vision. If they could see your vision, they'd be doing what you are intended to do. So understand that. And when you know that and you step into that, that's when the other things, it's not that we don't see the things that are happening around us. is that we operate out of our imagination, because the biggest nation in the world is your imagination. That's what Jay Pascal taught me. And so when we still have that imagination, we can act as if. And guess what? And I put in the chat, when you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. Dr. Wayne Dyer. Thank you, Leslie Flower. So that's my feedback. Hand it back to you, Eric.
Thank you. Thank you so much. All right, Amberly.
Okay, friends. So for me, it's ground zero is always my faith. But here's the thing. We're either living in two places, friends. We're either living in fear or we're living in love. So honestly, when you're looking at that incredible, amazing, talented, spectacular person in the mirror, what are you going to tell him or her? You know, what? Imagine it's someone who's come to you. I mean, you're not just going to sit there and say, oh, you know what? You did the best you could. Find something else. No, you're going to be encouraging. You're going to lead with love. You are going to tell them, look, you have everything already inside of you. It's just a matter of finding those pieces. And sometimes it takes some time to just be still and realize where you are and where you're going. And all of that's okay. There's no timeline. Oh, I have to do this by this time. I have to do this by that time, or I have to, but by the time I get to this age. There are so many successful people that never did anything until their 50s, their 60s, and so on. So there's the, you know, no one's chasing you to the finish line. This is your race. I just want you to realize that you already have all of this inside of you. It's how hot is your fire burning for yourself. So just to recap, spend some time with yourself, realize what it is that you're looking to achieve, and build that fire strong enough to go chase it. Thanks, guys.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Amberly. Appreciate that. Okay, so we'll go to Annie, and then we'll go to our next question. Annie, go ahead.
Okay, thank you. It's amazing shares, everyone. I think we need to move forward from thinking of things as setbacks. Like I said, it's part of the process. Okay, yes, we may not get the result we want. First time. Is that a setback? No, it's a chance for us to learn. And I think like think of an inventor. The inventors, they spend days, months, years trying different ways, and they all don't work. But they know that they have to find just one way that works. I think Edison is on his light bulb. 9,999 times. 10,000 times he found the light bulb that did work. And here we are. It's the same for us. We need to just find the way that works. You say, all the things we mentioned so far is a part of this picture, right? If we have to make new friends, get some help, try, learn some new skills, that's part of the course. So I embrace what looks like setbacks, because I know, if I win too easily, I've learned nothing. I can't say that enough. So I'm one to truly love doing. Yes, I hope it's going to be good enough and get the results my client wants, the results I want. But deep down, I don't mind revising what I do, just so I can look more into the issue, into the process, and think, what can I really do better? That's why I tend to look at facing challenges and setbacks.
All right. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. All right, Zion, did you want to Are you there, Zion? I'm not sure. All right. Anyway, let me put the next question up. If he comes back, he will discuss it. So this question is by Mr. Gabriel. Let's see. Let's see. I am a tech savvy, and I currently do the 9 to 5 every time. I'm worried and scared that I need to do more to build my business and give my attention and energy to my business. Please advise. All right. So that's a great question, right? Most of us all start with our full-time jobs, and it's hard, right? It's really hard. So let's address it. How do you survive, and how do you get better? Leah, go ahead.
Yeah, that's such a good question. I saw this and I was like, oh, please read that one. You know what? Be where you are. If you're in your job, working your 9 to 5, be there. Dean Graciosi tells this story about how he was working in an auto shop and he hated it, but he was so good at it. But so he just kept doing that because that was what he was good at. And his dream was to start this business, but he needed this $1 million for this particular project. And he just kept doing his auto body shop. And one day this guy came in and he fixed his car and he tells him, wow, you're so talented at this. Is this what your dream is? And Dean starts telling him the story of, no, I actually want to be this real estate investor, but I have this deal, but I need $1 million and I'm not sure what to do. And he says, don't worry, I got your $1 million for you. You never know where that ebb is going to come from, that opportunity. So if you're in your 9 to 5 and you're being totally stressed and worried and scared, listen, scared money doesn't make money. So be there and be the best, whatever that 9 to 5 is, and understand that how you do something is how you do everything. So if you're working on your 9 to 5 and you're feeling angst and scared, how they're going to bring that same energy into your business, your side hustle, whatever that is. So be the best that you are there, and you never know what opportunities can open up to you just by being the best that you are at that point. So that's a great question. So hand it back to you, Eric.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Annie, go ahead.
I'm concerned by the word fear. And so as Leah says, there's no place for fear in business or in our lives generally, right? I guess when it comes to starting a business, the truth is that the days we're talking about today, the tough days, they will come in loads. They really will. If it was going to be easy, everyone will start a business and succeed. So for you, my friend, it's about designing a business that truly fits your, who you are, your goals. How you want to help people and how you can help people. Leah mentioned what you're good at. Right? Of course, if you have the skills and and this really is your goal, in other words, you're willing to do what it takes, to sacrifice, to learn, to grow, then maybe it's look at how to start your business whilst working 9 to 5 as a side hustle, and then build up from there. So what you can't do is let fear mean that you don't do your business. That's too easy. That's you can't win if you can't score any points when you don't take zero, when you take 0 shots, right? But when you take some shots, you'll win sometimes. So look at it that way, where I say work out a way to start your business and grow slowly but surely. You learn every day. You learn what you need to do, and there'll come a time when also your business makes enough money that you can start making that your main source of income. And no one says it's going to be easy, my friend. Today's conversation is all for you, really. It's only by going through those hard times that you're going to get to where you want to get to. We can all tell you that.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Annie. Appreciate that. We have several questions. Before I get to the rest, I do want to promote our event, because I want to do it before the end of the call. So as you know, we're having a special event this coming Friday and Saturday in Washington, D.C. Yes, it's going to be exciting. I know Amberly is going to be there, and a lot of people in here, Coral, Latoya, a lot of people are going to be there. If you don't have your tickets yet, you want to grab the tickets, okay? It's going to be we start with a mastermind, a business mastermind. So you get to network with other business owners. And then we have a gala in the evening. So it's going to be, food, dancing, music, games, all of that. It's going to be really fun in Washington, D.C. I just put the link here. So we still have a few tickets left, just a few. So if you want it, grab it. And if you know anybody that you think this would bless, let them know about it. All right. So that's coming up this Saturday, the 18th. Okay. All right. So let's keep moving. Let me see if I can get a question by somebody else here, because I know we had several questions. Let's see who else asked a question. Let's see. Okay. Yes. So Latoya asked a question. What are your continuous goals to stay motivated daily? Okay, so maybe if we can say something that we maybe some kind of routine, a regimen, something we do every day. Let's share that. Go ahead, Leah.
Yeah, that's a great question. So I know a lot of emphasis gets put on morning routines, and I definitely have a morning routine. But in my humble opinion, it really comes down to an evening routine. Dr. Benjamin Hardy says, never end a day till it's finished on paper. Every single evening, one of my clients sent me this beautiful book. I used to just put it on notepads, and now I put it here in this wonderful journal. But I have a routine on how I download my day. So 3 things that went well, that I did well, 3 things I can improve on, right? Because we always want to stretch. We always want to upgrade. 3 gratitudes that I'm grateful for in that day. And then I put my top 3. Now, of course, I have more than 3 things that I do in a day. However, what are the top 3 things that I need to get done? And then I play a game with myself, right? I play a little game with myself. I put little check boxes there so that are empty, so that I know when I did it, I can do that little check box. And when you break down things like that and you give yourself little rewards, when I accomplish my top 3, then I get to maybe take a quick little beach walk. My office happens to be a 10-minute beach walk. But I know that's 10 minutes away. I know that's not for everyone, but do other little things. Maybe you love to just sit and read for a few minutes, or have a phone call with a family member. When you build in those little rewards with yourself, that's when your subconscious mind starts to train itself that those are the things that you want to do. If it's constantly feeling worried and scared and unsure, then you're going to attract fear, worried, scared, and unsure. But if you train your mind and you're doing that reward, now you're going to be motivated to that next thing. So for me, my evening routine is critical. It's vital, so that the next day I know when the bell goes off, I don't have to sit and wonder, what am I going to do? How do I start this? What do I need to get done? No, I know my top 3 and I got to get that done. So hopefully that helps.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Leah. That definitely helps. I want to say one thing that I do is I plan my day the day before. Okay. Don't just get up in the morning and say, okay, wonder what I'm going to do today, because then your day will not be as productive as it could be. Right. So you want to plan your day. So what I do is I plan my month, I plan my week on the weekends, and then I plan my day the day before. So today, the list of things I have to do today, I put it down yesterday. So I plan ahead, right? And when you do that, you're much more productive. And also, especially when you have a job, because when you have a job, it takes up time and energy. And by the time you get off the job and you get home and now you want to start doing the business, okay, what did I do now? You already lost a lot of time. So you have to plan, okay, this is what I'm going to do right after the job. By the way, if you have a job and you have a business, when you leave your job, you do your business. If you're not spending enough time in your business, it's not going to work out. And by the way, I have a part-time job is not an excuse for failing in your business, because almost 100% of people that succeeded in business had a job. Okay, so that's a little tough love, right? So don't give me an excuse that, well, I have a job, so I can't build my business. Well, then you don't want it bad enough. because we all started that way. Unless you are unless you are you are born with a silver spoon and your parents were rich, right? My parents weren't rich, so I had to do it. Right. So, Amberly, go ahead.
Okay, friends. So I also plan a monthly calendar, a weekly calendar, and my morning routine consists of every morning devotional. And you guys, I make my bed every morning. It is my thing. Like life does not feel right unless I do my devotional and make my bed. So my evening routine, I make sure that I am prepared for the next day, whatever it is that I have to do, that my calendar set. I'm ready for my meetings. I'm ready for what it is that I need to take on with the world and figure things out, strategically plan. How in the world do you know where you're going if you don't know what you're doing? So planning is key. Making sure that you are ready for the day because it builds confidence. You know exactly what you're doing that day. You know what meetings that are going to take place, what you have going on this week. And, that also builds momentum. You're like, dang, I have however many meetings and I'm this person I'm really excited to meet about. I want to learn about them. It all builds. So I think planning, preparation, taking time to make sure that you feel good about what's happening for the week is huge. Thank you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you so much, Amberly. All right. So yes, appreciate that. So we're going to go to you, Annie, but let me just put this up so we can start thinking about it. Okay. Go ahead, Annie.
Okay. Now for me, it starts on the night before, as Leah says, even though my days are a bit skew with, literally, I don't do normal days and nights like other normal people do, right? I do anytime, literally anytime, but before I can go and sleep, at least I stop working and so I do my review of my day. What have I learned? What's gone well? What does tomorrow really hold? What do I have to do tomorrow? And then saying, come tomorrow, come today, I will start off with a meditation. I will start off with reaffirming my goal. Literally, as I write down my goal, and why my goal is important to me, or why I must achieve it. That's followed by saying gratitude, and then affirmations. And they said all these things help me to to realize I'm blessed to be doing what I'm doing, and that's why tough times are not tough times. They're blessings. Now we have tough times because we're doing things, right? Sorry about that. I had no idea. Okay, right. So I said we're lucky to be doing things in business to have tough times, right? We're lucky to be where we are, to expect to be doing certain things. If I have to do a client's piece of work, I'm lucky to have that opportunity. Now, if I want money to pay my bills, it means I'm running a business. That too is a blessing. I think I always remind myself of one, how far I've come, but also the fact that I'm doing great things. That's why I'm in the situation I'm in. So planning my day ahead, how the goal I want to achieve, and how I'm going to achieve it today. That all helps, right? So it's all part of literally designing the day I'm going to have every day. And so I'm always amazed how when I first found out that it does work. You can design your day. Before I just letting the day come and then see what happens. Like we all know here. Once we design our day, by planning our day, that's what happens. Strangely, that's what happens.
Absolutely. So we have 5 minutes to go. So let's get on to our last and final words of wisdom. Thank you so much, Annie. All right. So if we're gonna go around the room. So this is the last question, and Annie, spoke well on this question, and let us know how everybody can reach you all. Okay. So the question from Alexis Skurloff James is: have you found any particular mindset shift or reframing techniques helpful in boosting your motivation during tough times? Which is a great question, Alexis. And before we actually answer that question, I want to shout out a couple people. LaDonna, welcome to the call. We appreciate you. Leslie, want to shout out. She wins the award for the most comments today. She got like 20 comments. So we appreciate you, Leslie. Leslie Flowers, my good friend. She helps us promote this event every single Monday. So and she promotes other events. So definitely follow her if you want to know what's going on, especially on LinkedIn. All right. So appreciate you all. So around the room, help us answer this question and then tell us how we can contact you. All right. Who would like to go first? Go ahead, Leah.
Yeah, absolutely. I think of what most people will do, and then I do the opposite. Right? Like this call, Eric told me, I have an idea, but I don't think it will work. I said, well, what is it? He goes, I want to do a 7 a.m. call, but East Coast 7 a.m. means it's 4 a.m. in California. I said, I can't do it every day, but I can do it one day, right? You can do anything one time. And so I love that this gets me outside of my comfort zone. I love that I get to get up at 2:30 in the morning, which means I got to go to bed at 8 a.m., right? I love that because most people won't do it. And so I understand if I want to have what other people don't, I got to be willing to do what other people won't. So there you go, Eric.
Wow.
You can reach me social media, LinkedIn. You can also email me at thewallofwealth@gmail.com, my YouTube channel at The Wall of Wealth, and I'd love to chat with you.
Awesome. Appreciate it. And by the way, everybody, if, definitely put your information in the chat. If you're not on LinkedIn, you want to get on LinkedIn, create an account so you can connect with us and see everything that's in our chats too, right? So you definitely want to do that. All right. Amberly, did you want to go ahead? Go ahead.
Hey, everybody. You can reach me on all the socials. Every single one of them, TikTok and Instagram under @BeachGirlShreve. I did put some stuff in the chat, but I did not see that came up. So I will try to do that again before we finish. Also on LinkedIn, Alignable, keep on sharing, and Facebook under my name. Please reach out. I'd love to connect with you. And remember, I do have an event coming up in July. I would love to see you all in person. And feel free to connect with me. I would love to learn a little bit more about you, how I may serve and bless you. Thanks, everybody.
Awesome. Appreciate you. All right. One thing I want to mention before we get off today is there are certain things that you can say to yourself to help you keep going. Okay. These are the things I've been saying probably the last 20 years. All right. So number one, my mom taught me this one. Okay. She says the darkest hours before dawn. The darkest hours before dawn. When things seem like so bad, right? Just keep on moving because it's about to be dawn. Things are about to open up for you. And I use that I say that to myself all the time. Anytime I have something going on that's really weighing on me. Okay. Another statement that I say, I got that. I'm not even sure who wrote this, but it's in any crisis or setback, there's an equal or greater benefit. I think Leah alluded to something like that. Yes, Leah alluded to that. There's an equal or greater benefit. A lot of times when a door closes, the reason it closes is because God opened up another door for you and he wants you to go another way, right? And you're like, I just want to get through here. No, that's not best for you. And if you're not a believer, look at it another way, right? That didn't work. You need to choose something else, right? So those are two things that I think about all the time. And then a good friend of mine used to say, he used to say, there are worse tragedies in life. Yeah, so I would say something like, I have this big problem. He said, Eric, there are worse tragedies in life. And I'm like, wow, that's true. That's true, right? That's true. There are worse tragedies in life. You can breathe, right? You're here, right? So those are just a couple of things I want to share. All right, and for anybody that wants to reach me, best way to reach me is on LinkedIn, Eric F. King. I'm on YouTube, LinkedIn, Instagram, right? But Eric F. King. If you want to be a part of my mailing list to get all the information, every event I do, then just go to compassionatecloser.com, put in your email, and then you'll get everything. All right, or send me your email, and you'll get everything we do. All right. Okay. So, Annie, did you want to say anything in closing?
Of course,
A,
of
a, a
course, of
quick, a
course.
quick closing, my friend. A quick closing.
I think I'm pretty simple. I said what I've learned, say in recent months, from the mindset work is the fact that most things for me anyway come down to self-confidence. So I learned to live in this any bubble where I have unshakable self-confidence. I truly believe I can do anything. So with that, whatever happens, I'm going to succeed. I tell myself that over and over and over, and then that with that, I will approach every situation expecting to succeed.
Awesome. So, how can we get a hold of you, sir? How can we get a hold of you, sir?
So I'm just putting my LinkedIn profile, in the chat. That's the best way to get a hold of me.
Okay.
So connect with me on LinkedIn, DM me. I'll happily chat with anyone.
Thank you so much, Joe. Thank you so much. So we are on the hour here. I love to let people go at this time. People have to go to work, to go to the job, to take their kids to school, whatever. And some of the recordings actually stop after an hour. So appreciate everybody. We will see you here next week, same time. For those of you that will be in DC, we'll see you in a few days. All right. It has been a plum-pleasing pleasure to be here with you today. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone. Bye, everyone.